Okay, so in this video we're going to cover optimization for multiple page sites. In the previous video I showed you how to create a single page that was optimized for search engines. So now I want to go and build a bigger site based around more than one page. So I'll show you some tips for creating a static web page or website with multiple pages. One thing to note here is that it's now often easier to use a blog if you plan to have multiple pages of content, and I'll discuss blogs in detail in a later module. But for now, it's important to understand some of the search engine optimization principles and why they are important. So if you remember, the search engines want lots of high quality and unique content. So often you want to build sites over time which may grow to have tens or hundreds or even thousands of pages on them. You're going to need to structure this in an effective way so that the search engines basically don't get confused or users don't get confused. So what is the best way to structure this? Well, one way that I would recommend is called the silo structure. What is this? Essentially, it's a way of grouping common, relevant pages together in an organized manner. And I'll show you what I mean with an example. So if we take here that we have a website based around the topic of real estate. As I mentioned in previous videos, obviously real estate covers various different areas. So you could have buying real estate, selling real estate, learning real estate in classes, or overseas real estate. So we have a real estate website here with a lot of content. So how should it be organized? Well, the first main page is going to be a generic real estate page, and from there you'd have different branches. So you'd have one branch with a link to buying real estate, and then from that page you'd have different content pages all based around that one theme. Similarly for selling real estate, you group together all your content based around selling real estate and keep it together in an organized manner. So you do this for each different topic you have, so you end up with nice, organized and relevant content. So this keeps all the topics organized and can actually help by having the keywords that you want appear in the URL. For example, you'd have your keyword in your domain name / and then you go into keyword 1 / keyword article. So I'll show this in an example. It's purely for illustration, so our domain name could be realestate.com, and then we could have a section on buying real estate, and then in that subsection there would be a page which is about buying Florida real estate. So you can see here how it's structured, and you can have the keyword appear in the actual URL, which is beneficial for search engine rankings. Also, this organizational structure represents having hundreds of links on one page. If this happens, then the volume of links can actually outweigh the amount of content on the page. If you can think of a website with 200 to 300 different pages on it, if you had your home page and you had a link to each of those 200, 300 pages, and each link contained 2 to 3 words, that could be 1,000 words just for links. And if this appears on every single page, it's going to start overshadowing the actual content on your page. And the result of this is that your pages start to lose importance as search engines see it as just duplicate content. So you want to try and keep it organized and so that your content is the most important part of your page. Another important thing to note here, for each page you make, you want to create the file name so that it's based around the keyword phrase you're targeting. For example, if I go back here, you can see for buying Florida real estate, I've actually named that file buyingfloridarealestate.html. So you want to do this for each page that you do. And also make sure, just as in the previous videos, that every single page has the title set up with the keywords in it. Another point is make all your navigation links have keyword anchor text. even the home page. So for your navigation links, you want to make sure that they have the anchor text, for example, buying Florida real estate, and then that links to the buying Florida real estate.html webpage. And even for your home page, don't just link to it with home as the anchor text. Use keyword home, so real estate home. So that way all the links pointing back to your home page still have the keyword real estate in the anchor text. So where to place your navigation links? You're probably familiar with many websites. You can have your navigation links across the top of the page, along either side of the page, or along the bottom of the page. There are two types that I would recommend if you're just using a plain HTML web page. And that's because we want content to appear at the top of the HTML code. So first way is to consider putting navigation links beneath the content. So if we go load up this page again, this is just a page we created earlier, and we have the navigation links to all the different pages in the bottom. And again, if we click the source, the reason for this is we've got all our title and meta tags up here. Then we go into our content, so that's indexed. Then we have our navigation links at the bottom. So the content is still going to be indexed before the navigation links. Remember, we want the content to be as close to the top as possible. And that's what we've achieved with the navigation links down the bottom here. Now an alternate way is to have it along the side. Use it along the right hand side. And I'll show you the reason for this if I open up this page here. So here we've got a table. On one side we've got content, on one side we've got navigation links. And if I show you in the source here, it's split up again. Content comes before the navigation. So the left side of the table will be indexed at the top of the page, and the right side of the table comes after that. So if we want the content to be indexed first and be close to the top, we keep the content on the left, and then a simple table with the navigation links on the right, so that's towards the bottom of the HTML code. So as the search engines index these pages, the navigation links still appear after the more important content. Excuse me. There are also some important links that you should have on your site. If you want the search engines to see your site as an authority site, you need to have the correct, what are called legal pages on your site. For example, these are pages such as Contact Us or an About Us page, a privacy policy, terms of use page. These just show the search engines that you're a responsible site and a genuine website. So you want to have these on your site, that can help increase how the search engines see you, your perception by the search engine. And another important thing is the sitemap. What is a sitemap? It's basically one document that has a list of all the pages on your website. You have this so that the search engines can then find and index every page that you have on your website. And included in the resources is a free version of Easy Mapper, which you can use. It's very simple and quick to use, and I'll show you briefly now how to use that. So that's loaded up, and all you need to do is type in your website URL. This is done after your pages have been uploaded. So I'll do myinstanttraffic.com. Let's bring this into view a bit better for you. And then click Start. So it should have been www. And you'll see there, it's starting to spider all the different pages on the website. And as it's doing that, it's going through each page and it's creating the sitemap. So you just do this for your own site, and it will create one single document that you upload to your site, and then all you do is just place a link to that from your homepage. So if I leave that running, what would happen would be, if I had my page here, I would go in and I would call this sitemap, and I would highlight that and click to create the link, and then just sitemap.html, or sometimes I think EasyMapper produces it in an XML format. So that's all I do. Whatever the file was, I just link to it like that, and then that would link to the sitemap, so that when search engines come and scroll through to index this page, click in the source, they'll find a link there to the sitemap, and that will help all the other pages get indexed as well. So that's an important one that you need to use as well. Okay, so that's all the preparation you need to do for now for your site. We've covered quite a lot there, but it's important steps if you want to give yourself the best chances from the beginning. So following these strategies, you now have an optimized website created. It's ready for the search engines to find. And you've given yourself the best chance of being able to rank high purely from your on-page SEO factors. So in the next module, we're going to cover how you can implement some off-page strategies to get your site noticed quickly and get it ranked highly in the search engines. So I'll see you in the next video.